We're going to take a few minutes and talk about trapping. Now, although I'm recording this after setting the traps, it'll probably air before I show you setting the coon cuffs. I do not have an issue killing an animal and eating it. I do understand that there are people on YouTube who have issues with people putting up videos on killing animals and skinning them and eating them. Frankly, I don't care. I'm going to do it, but I will mark them so that you know what you're getting into. So you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. I will probably not film the actual kill, but I will do educational videos on the butchering out of the animals. I want you to think about that. You're welcome to watch, or you're welcome to move on and go look at something else. However, it's going to happen, and coming in and complaining about it ain't going to make a difference at all. Now, on with trapping. I was taught growing up that when you take an animal's life, you make use of absolutely everything you can from that animal. You don't just shoot an animal and leave it. You don't shoot an animal just to get it stuffed and hang it on a wall. You want to make use of everything you can. You've taken a life, and it's important that you utilize everything from that animal. So when I do get into the butchering section, I will be showing you how to identify and prep both kidneys and livers. I know a lot of people don't like kidneys and livers. I do like them. However, you make use of everything on the animal. That also means that I'm going to spend time fleshing the skin and tanning it and making it usable. Now, on that note, I did go ahead and get the trapping license added to my hunting license this year. It's not actually required in my state because I own the property. I am allowed to trap nuisance animals on it, and most of what I'm trapping this year is going to be nuisance animals. That will be possums, raccoons, coyotes, bobcats, foxes. It's about the only animals out here other than deer. Why I got the trapping license? Well, it's only $13, so it's not a lot of money. That $13 goes to the Parks and Wildlife Service for conservation of wildlife. And it's good to support the Parks and Wildlife Service in their conservation of wildlife. The only real advantage it gives me is that once I've skinned and tanned a hide, I can turn around and sell that hide or give it away. If I was just working off my hunting license, I would only be able to use the hides for myself. So, in a nutshell, if I make something out of one of the hides, I could do a giveaway and give it to somebody on the channel, and it would be legal since I have the trapping license. One of the reasons that I'm doing the trapping this year is that the last 2 years, the game cameras have caught more raccoons, possums, bobcats, and coyotes than any other animal. And that means I've seen more of those than even deer out here. Now, I need to thin out that population a little bit in order to bring the deer in. The reason is that the coyotes and the bobcats will take a fawn from a deer and kill it and eat it. So, by thinning them out, you allow more deer to be born, and you allow more deer to show up throughout deer season. I'm working with the guys that have the hunting lease on this side of my property and the guys that have the hunting lease on that side of my property. So today I'm doing some prepping for deer season. I got a door for the outhouse, which I'll put on later. That's not a big deal. However, out behind the cabin, about 100 yards that direction, 75 to 100 yards that direction, there's a creek. However, if I get up and turn that camera around, let's spin that around so you can see. It's pretty much trees. So I got a chainsaw with me. I'll set up the time lapse. I'll fire up that chainsaw, and I'm going to cut down all those little trees going back to the creek. I will be shooting a firearms and hunting safety series, as well as a how to shoot series. That's all in the plans and coming. It's just not here yet.